What is up, guys? Lord Nick here, bringing you another One Piece related video. And in this video, guys, we're going to be following up on the last one we made, which was about Red Sabo. We're going to be looking at the Black Sabo build. So in the Black Sabo build, we are doing much closer to like a Sakazuchi deck without the blue. We have no red in this deck. We went purely a black deck on this one. So some people might be like, well, that seems pretty bad overall. But the thing is that for it to be very oriented around black, we really didn't have a whole lot of space for red. The only things we could really think about were doing a little bit of a hybrid build. But I've already pointed out to people that the issues with hybrid builds is you might find the support for instance for cost reduction, but then you find the KOers based off of power, or vice versa. You might find the KOers based off of cost reduction and only find power reduction. So doing a split build just really doesn't work. You really have to choose one or the other that you really want to focus on. The difference in Sabo and Garp is that Sabo's ability allows you to choose which color you want to do with. Garp really says you are playing black and you can only use the red cards that kind of support this black identity, which there's not too terribly many that you want to run for that. You really get access to good events, I guess, is the best option. But in this case, why is Sabo going to be good? I think this build is actually going to be better than the last one we were showcasing. The last one we were showcasing was pretty cool, really fun, and I think was the standardized idea of what they wanted the deck to be like. This deck is going to be closer to what I think would be the more optimal route to go with Sabo. I don't think this is an optimized list, by the way. I think there are ways to optimize it and make it better, but this is the list we are currently going with. So we have 3 Kuzan for draw power. And for his cost reduction, Kuzan is really, really good. We could look to up it to 4, but it's kind of difficult to where we would make cuts at. Maybe cut up Borsalino down, but I don't really think we want to. I think Borsalino is really, really strong. I mean, we could cut it down to 3 and keep him at 3, and then we can do another top end or a better 2K somewhere. There is some movement that can be made, but I think 3 is a good enough number. You will see him consistently enough, and we have brand new searchers, so we'll find him. We're adding in Sakazuchi, the 6 cost, for a little bit more cost reduction, and on top of that, he is another big boy that we can protect with Sabo. Borsalinos are through 2Ks. You get to run E-shows. He can really effectively deal with people's hands, and on top of that, he's a big cost reducer. See the theme? We have a lot of cost reduction. Then we have brand new to search. We have Sabo to help clean out hand, protect our cards. We got One-Legged Soldier for 2Ks and for cost reduction. We have Moncherie for getting cards, for getting back Rebecca most of the time, sometimes some other stuff. We have Rebecca to get back a lot of really good things, play out some stuff, and be a blocker. Rob Lucci to help get rid of some stuff with all this cost reduction. Tashigi for more cost reduction in 2Ks. Hina's for more cost reduction. Garp for more KOing, and then cost reduction, cost reduction. All right, we have cost reduction through the roof, and in total, we don't really actually have that many KOing characters. We have our Rob Lucci's, which we'll be trying to bring back as often as we can. We have the Garps that we're going to try to keep sticking around, and the Sakazuchis for play. So in grand total, that brings us up to 7 cards that KO, and a lot of cards that minus. We could probably cut the Ice Ages and put in something, and after testing, that might be the case. But I mean, this is my initial build. This is kind of just off of the cusp. This is kind of what came to mind for me. I think we might have a little bit too much cost reduction and might need something like 10-drop Kuzan in place of the Ice Ages. But let's give this one a try, see how it feels. If we really don't think that we need the Ice Ages, we can cut those and put in another Rob Lucci and another Garp probably. But let's give it a try, guys. Let's see how this goes. So, like I said, just kind of built this off the cusp. I haven't had any testing of it, and this is all just based off of things that I've looked at and how I think that this deck would optimally play. We're putting in really strong cards, really kind of greeting a little bit more than some of the other black decks. Against Luffy, I think we do kind of want to go first here, just so that we can try to build up a board state. This would be kind of a greedy hand to keep. I'm not gonna lie. So we're not gonna do it. We're gonna do a mulligan. Oh god, we got a way worse hand. Enter. We got a very bad hand here. Alright, Hina's not a bad hit. I think we actively, despite not getting a minus, we kind of want to put the Hina down. But then we wouldn't get an attack, to be honest. So that might not be the route. You know what? We're gonna just go for a big old 8K swing at our Luffy here, see if we can get some cards out of his hand if he wants to keep life up. He does not. He'll take the hit, which is fine. We got him at 2. 2 is a really good spot to be. Alright, he just ramps, does nothing, swings back. Do we want to take it this early? We have a lot of cards in hand as is. we'll use a 2k early here because we don't, you know, early draw is fine most of the time. But in this scenario, we kind of just want to tempo, deploy a Borso, and we pass. So he most likely is not going to have a second swing this turn. He could just drop a he could drop a 5-drop Luffy and get past our Borsalino for a swing in. We're okay with that to a degree. He's currently sitting on way too many cards here, so if he does not drop a second card this turn, which it looks like he is not, he's just ramping. Okay, yeah, he's just okay. So we block, resolve attack, Sabo ability. Cool, thank you. Have a nice day. We draw, we draw. All right, we're at 7 here. I kind of want to get rid of this guy, but I need to keep my Sabo ability up. Five. Next turn, he can play 10-drop Luffy this coming turn, so I think a second Borso will be pretty useful to have. Swing 7, try to get a 2k out. There it is. All right, we have 5 remaining. Deploy Borsalino. Do we swing with our Borso with this last 6? I think so. I think we need the tempo. I think we need the pressure. We need to be able to deal something here. End turn. All right, opponent's at 6 cards. We're keeping him kind of low on cards. All right, he plays a 9 beard. He's just going to swing in 9 and then swing 5. Okay, he's swinging 5 first. No blocker, we'll resolve that. No trigger. Swing this, we block with Borso. He's got 5 cards, so we can't Isho now. We're at 9. We can do this. But that only redrops him down to a 6 cost, which means we can't get rid of with Sokka. So we could just Sokka and get rid of the Jean Bart. That would leave us enough to actually attack, so we'll deploy this. Use card effect. Get rid of you. Get rid of the Jean Bart, so he's 1 less attacker. We're not going to be able to... Oh, we could have actually Hina'd there. Well, but then we wouldn't have Sabo ability, so... We're going to swing 8 with Sabo. In turn, our opponent really hasn't gotten to develop all that much. I mean, yes, he has a 9 beard out. Yes, he has Luffy. But, I mean, he could drop a second 9 beard, keep himself at 8. That would be annoying, but we have a lot of power coming in. He has 2 attacks this turn. We need to try to deter one of them. Okay. No block. We'll resolve that. No trigger. That's fine. Yeah, we're getting to see why Sabo's annoying as shit. If you can't mount enough attacks on me, this becomes really bad for you. So let's see. We can -4. That brings him down to 5, which is still not enough for this. And then 2. Let's draw a card first. That's 2. This brings him down to 4. Let's attack our 7 real quick. So he's currently at 7. This will bring him down to 3. We have 9 in total. So we could actually do these combo to get rid of the 9 beard. And I think that's the play. Feels kind of rough. Put back, put back, put back. Get rid of you. Now, we can't protect our guys this turn, but we have set up to kill them next turn. So, we have set up here, even if we end up losing a Borso this turn through blocking, if we have to, we still be okay. Alright, he's back to Tendon. So he's 6. I mean, he could just swing a big old attack on Sokka. I think we just protect with one of the Borsos here if that's the case. He's coming face, but he has nothing with 2, so he's just saving himself. He's trying to, at least. Draw a card. Alright, we have Borsos. We have no way to get rid of the Queen, so he effectively has too much life for us to actually go for lethal here. So we're going to swing 8. See if we get 2 cards out. That's the magic number this turn. We now have 3 Borsalinos that he cannot get through. Okay, cool. Good on you, buddy. You're not surviving this next turn with the amount of attackers I have now. I mean, you could queen in to try to get rid of the Borso, but then you lose your blocker. So yeah, you can't. So he's at 8. He has 2 cards in hand. Let's make you 10. Try to get both of those cards out. It's not going to happen. Oh, wow. We got both of those cards. So now an 8k swing gets him. So now he's going to block. I mean, we have to pass turn there. We only have 2 Dawn. We can't get to 8 there with any of our remaining attackers. So we'll just block, resolve attack, use card action, keep a Borso alive, and drop Luffy. Use that Luffy's ability. Use this one. Come in for 7. No blocker. Resolve attack. I mean, you only have 4 Dawn. You best have a Zoro. Block. Solve attacks. Use this effect. Keep them alive. Block. Resolve attack. Yeah. There we go, guys. We beat Red Purple Luffy with Sabo because he couldn't get through because he's only doing 1 big swing a turn. So Borsalinos become a problem when they don't die. That's the moral of the story. Yeah, guys, I think the deck has a lot of legs to it. I think it has a lot of potential to it. I mean, this isn't like the end-all be-all matchup for it, but I mean, it still showcases the annoyance that this deck can have. I consistently had multiple Borsalinos. He kept trying to get 1 attack in, and if that's how your opponent's going to play, which a lot of the decks are trying to be greedy that way right now, then this is the kind of deck to stop that. I mean, we sat on a ton of 2k counters in our hands there. We could have been punished by the laws, but we were forcing him to have to counter with the laws every turn. It just became one of those effective how do you deal with this deck type of thing. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And until the next video, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, guys.